Kutztown Live. KUR's campus and community interest radio magazine. You can always be a part of Kutztown Live by giving us a call at 610-683-4859. And now, this is Kutztown Live.
Hello, and welcome to the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR's Kutztown Live, KU's campus and community talk show. My name is Laura, and I will be your host today with my fabulous co-host, Juliana. Hi, Juliana.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I am pretty good. How are you?
Doing all right. Making it through. It's, mid-April is the roughest time for all the students here in Kutztown University.
Absolutely. It is the busiest time of year, I think, at least for as far as a music major is concerned. So we're making it, though. We're definitely making it. Here today, we have some very exciting guests. We have Lori D'Onofrio-Galli from the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, as well as Paige McFarland from the Kutztown University Foundation and Alumni Relations Office. Lots of exciting stuff to talk about today, so we're going to get right to it with Ms. Lori D'Onofrio-Galli from the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. Hello.
Hello. How are you, Laura and Juliana?
Doing all right.
Good. Well, I'm not studying for exams, I'll tell you that.
Lucky you.
I have my own projects, however, as you know. I'm very excited to be here today to talk about the Northeast Berks Chamber's 30th anniversary and to share some of the history of the formation of the chamber and some of the events and projects that have happened through the years. But before I talk about the history of the chamber, I have a few upcoming events that I'd like to share with our listeners. Coming up next Friday, April 26th, we will have our monthly breakfast meeting. Our keynote speaker will be Dr. Keith Floyd from Ephrata. In the past, he's been an educator, and today he's a coach and a consultant. And that breakfast meeting will be held at the East Penn Manufacturing Conference Center, right across from their corporate office. And you can register for that event at our website at northeastberkschamber.com. Included on that agenda will be a special presentation by Kutztown Strong, which is affiliated with Kutztown Area School District, and Kathy Metrick, who was the former superintendent and a former board member of our chamber, will be the presenter for Kutztown Strong. And we'll also have a student recognition program. In fact, it'll be our last student recognition program of our chamber season. Coming up in May, we have two events back-to-back. First, on Tuesday, May 7th from 5 till 8 p.m., we will be joining Accelerated Instructional Media. One of our members, Abigail Merarkey, has been here on the radio show with us. She's the owner, and that is in Leesport. She's having an open house, and we're collaborating with her on that. You can find more information, again, on our website. And then last but not least, the next day, on May 8th, we will have a ribbon cutting with the Blandon branch of Fleetwood Bank. It's having a grand reopening. So that'll be on May 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. And all of our members and guests are invited to that event as well. Well, we've been talking a little bit throughout our radio shows about the 30th anniversary of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. And that's a pretty remarkable anniversary. The chamber actually started in 1989 here in Kutztown, and its original office was actually where the tavern is today, and that used to be an antique store and a philatelist shop, and that's where the chamber held its first meetings, as well as here on the campus of Kutztown University. I've mentioned before that the university was very instrumental in the formation of the chamber and really encouraged and helped it to advance its mission in the early years, and of course still today. The chamber started as the Kutztown Area Chamber, and that service area was not as broad as it is today with the Northeast Berks Chamber. However, it was not limited just to Kutztown Main Street. So the service area was Kutztown, Fleetwood, Brandywine, Topton, into the Lehigh Valley, and that's how it got started in 1989. The chamber actually became incorporated on September 27th. And this year, we will have a dinner, a chamber dinner, commemorating that anniversary almost on that same date, but on September 26th. and that will be held at the center, the conference center, at the Holiday Inn in Breiningsville. That's where our chamber dinner will be held, and we'll be recognizing some of our founders and founding members who are still involved with us today in governance and on certain committees. And so that's a very exciting event that we're planning right now. I want to give a shout out to Debbie Berger, who is a very active member of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. She is the chair of our fundraising committee, and so she's spearheading that planning effort that's underway for the event. So it's interesting that the chamber got started in 1989, and they had a goal when they started in those early months to recruit 100 business and community members. And they actually did achieve that into early 1990. And those original members received a special plaque, and we still have some of those at the chamber office today. And I wanted to take just a few minutes to recognize the 20 members who were part of those original 112 members and are still members today. So these are all 30-year members of our chamber. And they are the Airport Diner, Brandywine Heights Area School District, Arlen Christ, the CPA, the accounting firm here in the downtown, Russell E. Conrad, Desco in Fleetwood. The First National Bank of Fleetwood is now Fleetwood Bank, the Fleetwood Area School District, Foliage Farm, Good Shepherd, Bob Hobaugh, Esquire, who's also the solicitor for our chamber, the Kutztown Area Historical Society, the Kutztown Area School District, the Kutztown Rotary Club, Kutztown University, Paul Lilienthal, who was the original executive director, the Lutheran Home at Topton, J.A. Meyer Jeweler, also in downtown Kutztown, as is the John Monahan Realtor Group, the Folk Festival, Renninger's Farmers Market, and the Road Agency. I think that's pretty impressive that we have a list of 20 original founding businesses of the Kutztown Area Chamber who are still, and most of those are active members today. So we're going to be sure to recognize those business people, some of whom are now in subsequent generations of business.
How many active members or groups do you have now?
Today, we typically hover around 245 to 250 members.
Wow.
As I may have mentioned before, we have grown each year, the last 3 years, with 40 new members a year. Wow. And sometimes you lose some members, businesses close, people retire, etc. So that number's always hovering around that 245 to 250.
And what does it exactly mean to be a member of the chamber?
Well, certainly, in order to be a member, we are a nonprofit. We're not a charitable nonprofit, which is a C3. We are a 501c6, which is a business association. Mm-hmm. So essentially, we're a business membership association. And then each year, after a business or a nonprofit joins the chamber, they will pay a fee. And as a result of paying that annual membership fee or dues, they are entitled to quite a few benefits, many of which come with their membership dues without additional payment, and then other advertising or marketing services are offered to those members at affordable rates, because many of our members are very small businesses, and so everything that we do in terms of pricing and rates is in accord with the budgets of smaller businesses. So that's what happens. And of course, they get involved in our networking activities. And then they renew every year right around that anniversary date of joining. So as I said, the chamber started 30 years ago. It's interesting to look back through the history and think about our very popular monthly breakfast meetings that have been held for many years, almost 30 years, because the first one was held in October of 1989. The first student recognition program was held in March of 1992, and newsletters began early in the year of 1990. So many of the projects and initiatives, programs that we run today really started in the first or second or third year of the chamber. So we have those traditional meetings and activities that we've sustained through the years, while we've introduced other types of benefits, programs, and events that didn't happen in the early years. So looking back, we have an intern. She's been on the show a few times, and one of her projects that she's finishing up in the next weeks was to do research on the chamber and to develop a PowerPoint presentation that will be shared at the anniversary chamber dinner. And so as a result of her doing this research and going through many photographs, news clippings, and, notes and minutes that have been saved and archived at the chamber, we found out some interesting things. So, for example, the original logo for the chamber was changed over the years, but the original one was created in 1991. Now, as you know, we're called the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce today, and that's because through the years, the service area really broadened to include businesses from Hamburg, Shoemakersville, Leesport, all the way up through Hawk Mountain. And over the last several years, we've even expanded our service area to include a number of businesses from the Wyomissing and Spring Township areas. And those are businesses who are looking to build or grow a clientele in Northeast Berks, and some of them want to break into the Lehigh Valley as well. So in 2007, that's when the name change happened, and the articles of incorporation from when the chamber was formed were revised and expanded, and the name changed to Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. So that's where we are today, and we're very proud to celebrate that 30-year anniversary.
Now, that is interesting that you say that it's so encompassing. And I did notice earlier when you were listing off some of your original members that you have school districts involved. Can you tell me some of the benefits that like a school district would be? Because, you wouldn't necessarily think of a school district as a business, even though it often functions as
right.
one.
That's an excellent question, Laura, because today we have 4 school districts as members. 3 of those I mentioned in my list were original members of the chamber, and those original ones were Brandywine, Brandywine, Fleetwood, and Kutztown. Hamburg Area School District came along years later. But there are a number of benefits actually for school districts. First of all, school districts are looking to create partnerships with business for a number of projects. Kutztown Strong is an example of that. Perhaps they're looking for any type of sponsorship or underwriting. They're also looking for placements for student interns. Most of the school districts in Berks County, I believe at least 15 or 16 out of the 18, have internship programs. And Kutztown and Fleetwood have both provided interns for many businesses, including our chamber office. So those connections are important for that. 2 of those school districts, and that would be Fleetwood and Brandywine, have FBLA programs, and so those students, Future Business Leaders of America, are looking to make connections with business for business fairs, to work on projects, to interview businesses. They're also looking for support for students in terms of scholarship dollars to send those students to statewide and regional competitions when they enter projects and presentations in FBLA competitions. So those are just a few examples. I even had a student recently from one of these member schools come into the office and shadow me for a day. I believe I had her here at the radio station too. So there are a lot of good resources that can be leveraged from the chamber, even a small regional chamber like the Northeast Berks Chamber, for the benefit of those schools and their students. And you'll often find that some of the superintendents can be found on the board of the chamber. So again, it is a good connection for schools.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that. I'm actually going into education, so it's kind of cool to see how businesses do partner with education in a lot of ways, and that's really an interesting thing.
I mentioned that student recognition program that we hold 4 times a year started in 1992, and all 4 school districts will recommend students based on different criteria for each one that we organize, and they receive awards. And the Kutztown University Foundation, the Hamburg Rotary Club, and University Relations here at Kutztown University are all sponsoring underwriters of that program for a number of years. And those students are recommended by their teachers, principals, nurses, again, based on a criteria. And so it's an opportunity for that student to be recognized. Students are accustomed to being recognized at school, at assemblies and different award presentations. But when a student is able to be recognized in the community and in front of other business people, they really find that to be a special opportunity. And it's unique. It's a unique program that does not happen at every chamber. And we also find that it's one of our most popular breakfast programs when we have that on the agenda. We've had as many as 75 attendees at a monthly breakfast when we had that student recognition program.
That sounds really awesome. So what else is the chamber up to as far as things going on in northeastern Berks County right now?
Well, again, we're continuing to build programs, educational programs, networking activities all around the service area. I mentioned that the chamber anniversary dinner, which will be held on September 26th, for the first time will be held in the Lehigh Valley. And we have probably about 25 members in the western part of the Lehigh Valley. And so we make it a point when we host events or networking activities that we do so all around the service area. And so this is pretty exciting for us to have our one major event of the year happen in the Lehigh Valley. And we do see good attendance and good participation from our Lehigh Valley members coming to the Kutztown area and some of the other areas, even Hamburg and some of the other towns in our service area. But I think this will be a nice opportunity for those who maybe don't get to participate during the year, who are in that area, to attend this chamber dinner. And it's pretty exciting that we will probably have a number of the original founders. I am working with a student who's also graduating, like you, Juliana, this May from Kutztown University, and she and I are working on a videography project, and it's a short documentary, probably about 30 to 40 minutes, on the history of the chamber. And we were able to track down a number of these founding businesses that I mentioned earlier and do some interviews with them and some of our current officers and look at some of the artifacts of the chamber. And so we have, photographs and we have video footage of some of the early newsletters, some of the early awards and so forth. And it's going to be really very interesting. And I hope that we can screen that here in September at the university. And kind of feature a networking mixer and then watch the documentary.
That sounds like a really great project to be working on right now.
I was happy when she came to see me because she came for another reason last summer. And as I was talking to her, I thought it would be a good project for both of us. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for coming in, Lori. We really appreciate it. Up next will be Paige McFarland from the Kutztown University Foundation. Stay tuned, only here on Kutztown Live.
The Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce is your premier resource and voice for trusted local business. The Chamber advances regional economic and cultural growth through supportive collaboration with business and community organizations, as well as government. For more information, call the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce at 610-683-8860. That's 610-683-8860, or visit their website at northeastberkschamber.com. Arc Point Labs of Reading specializes in drug, alcohol, and DNA testing solutions for families, workplaces, and life in general. Conveniently located at 2208 Quarry Drive, Suite 207 in the Van Reed Office Center behind Austin's Restaurant. Walk-ins welcome. 484-926-2505 or arcpointlabs.com/Reading for more information. Arc Point Labs of Reading is a member of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, a 501c6 which helps members grow business relationships, raise business profiles, attract new customers, and partner with area nonprofits and schools to promote collaboration and goodwill.
Since the early 70s, Friends Incorporated, located at 658 D Noble Street in Kutztown, has helped thousands of families in northeastern Berks County strengthen relationships with themselves and their community through a wide range of outreach services. Every family and individual is offered case management services, food pantry assistance, counseling, support groups, and program referrals. Contact Friend Incorporated at 610-683-7790. That's 610-683-7790. Or visit their website, www.friendinc.org. Friend Incorporated, helping our neighbors to strengthen our community.
Ray's Pizza de Sogno is the newest buzz on Main Street. Located at 478 West Main, Ray's has specialty Italian pinwheels, handmade mozzarella, and hot slices at the ready. To order your favorites, dial 484-648-2720. That's 484-648-2720. Or order online at rayspizzadesogno.com. That's rayspizza, DASOGNO.com. Mention KU Radio for a special treat.
Hello and welcome back to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I am Juliana Jablonski.
And I am Laura here, and we have a great show. We just heard from Lori D'Onofrio-Galli from the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. But up next, we have Paige McFarland from the Kutztown University Foundation and Alumni Relations Office. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Excited to have you here. So what can you tell us a little bit about the KU Foundation?
So we have quite a few things going on right now. We actually have our senior class gift that is going to be for our senior class of 2016. So the important thing to know about the senior class gift is that we are raising donations and gifts that you can make to the senior class by going to www.kuf.org/SCG 2019, and you can make your gift through our Give Campus website. The important thing to know about your senior class gift is you are paying forward to the rest of the seniors as well as the rest of the students here at KU. You can designate your gift through the website to kind of give back to something that you genuinely care about. That way you can show KU what created you and what made you golden while you were here, and give back to the cause that you genuinely care about.
That sounds really exciting. And are there perks that come with giving the senior gift or anything like that?
There are. So there are a few incentives. If you make a gift of $5, you actually get to sign the senior class banner. The senior class banner gets carried in at graduation. And actually, if you donate $20.19, so your senior class year, you get to sign the banner that gets carried in at graduation, as well as receiving a senior class pin. If you make a donation of $30, you actually get to take part in our senior send-off, which is an event that's happening on May 5th. You receive a t-shirt for this event. Actually, May 4th, I apologize. And if you donate the $30, you get to wear the t-shirt on May 4th and go around town. We have actually quite a few businesses that are offering specials. Betty's is offering 10% off on that day to anyone wearing the shirt downtown. We have the K-Town Pub actively involved, and we have a few other places actively involved.
That's really exciting. And what does one have to look forward to as an alumni here of KU? What type of involvement is there?
For the senior class?
For the senior class, yeah.
So as an alumni, there are a lot of things you can get involved in. So, I mean, you can be part of our 1866-minute giving challenge. So this is going to be taking place on April 25th and 26th. It's an opportunity for us to reach out to our alumni, friends of the college, students, faculty, and staff, and ask them to make a gift on April 25th and 26th. The cool thing about this day, well, actually 2 days, is that we're going to be having some Facebook Live events. We have Clyde and Jesse hosting that Facebook Live, so that's something to definitely look forward to. We're also going to be having on that day a participation goal of 400 donors. This is the first ever 1866-minute giving challenge, so it's really important that if you are going to participate and you're going to make a gift to KU, that you do so on April 25th and 26th.
So that sounds like a really exciting goal, is 400 donors. Now, where does that money go to? What can we help support by donating?
So if you donate on April 25th and 26th, you actually have the opportunity to designate your gift once again. So we have a couple different organizations that we're featuring that are part of KU. So we have all of the athletic teams that are going to be actively involved in the challenge. So you can designate your gift to an athletic team if you'd like. Or you could designate your gift to Kumu, AIM. We're also including Helping Paws, which is our student emergency fund. We have men's rugby involved. So we have quite a few different organizations. Computer science. They're fundraising for Grace Hopper, which is a conference that women in STEM can go to in order to kind of engage and network with other women who are in computer science.
It's interesting to hear about, because I'm a senior and I'll be graduating in May. I'm so sad. I'm not ready to leave yet. But just hearing you, because I know they talked about a lot of different things. Like they said, if you donate, you can kind of you can sign the banner, but they don't really explain a lot of things. And so it's hard hearing things. But where can we also go, seniors, for more information about all this kind of stuff?
Sure. So if you'd like some more information, you can actually go to the Kutztown University website. You can click on Current Student, go down to where it says Graduation Commencement, and then there's a blurb there about the senior class gift. You can also go to the Give Campus website. There's more information on there. Again, that information is www.kuf.org/SCG 2019.
That's really exciting. That sounds like a great project.
I'm taking notes of everything you're saying. I'm all right, I guess I'll have to remember that and this. I donated to the senior class. I get to sign the banner, get the pin, I get a shirt, I guess. So,
Yes.
So what do you think is the most important thing for someone to take away from their experience with the foundation and supporting the foundation?
So actually, we've been trying to engage students a little bit more in understanding what the Kutztown University Foundation does. I know we've had a little bit of a disconnect. So one of the cool things we did was we started a student philanthropy committee. The student philanthropy committee is a way for students to kind of engage with the foundation, be able to learn more things about fundraising, have the opportunity to learn ways that they can fundraise, and have it be a little bit more than just a bake sale. It's an opportunity for them to use our crowdfunding platform, a way for them to kind of apply so that they can be able to engage and enjoy all the opportunities that the Kutztown University Foundation can offer, especially when it comes to giving them pointers and techniques when it comes to fundraising or trying to fund for a specific purpose without having to put forth a lot of money ahead of time. So it's kind of all takeaway money rather than having to put forth a lot of effort and a lot of, I would say, skills when it comes to having to bake. So now you decided you're doing a bake sale and you burned half your cookies. So it's kind of money that you invested that's wasted.
Yeah, definitely. So for those who are listening that don't know anything about fundraising, what do you think is some of the most important things? What is crowdfunding? Define some of that, if you don't mind.
Sure. So crowdfunding is a way for, if you've ever heard of a GoFundMe page, that's very similar to crowdfunding. So it's an opportunity for you to kind of push out on your social media, talk about a cause that you genuinely care about. On Facebook, they have that opportunity for your birthday where you can ask your friends and family to donate to a cause that you care about. That's essentially what crowdfunding is. It's an opportunity for you to reach out to peers, family, friends, people who you think would connect with your message, and ask them to make a donation in kind of the honor of them or for a specific thing that they genuinely care about. It's an opportunity for them to engage through you incentivizing them and asking them to make a gift.
So how can that be applied to organizations on campus?
So actually, there are a lot of ways that can be applied. So we have, like I said, we've already been working with track and field. We worked with a few other athletic teams to help them crowd fundraise for a lot of things that they needed. So we specifically had them fundraising for a scholarship that they wanted to see fulfilled. We worked with football as well to have them receive some funds. With rugby, we're helping them reach their goal when it comes to being able to fund for different things, whether that be uniforms or it be kind of a rugby ball or different incentives, things that they really need in order to be able to accomplish kind of those gaps that are between the operational budget and the things that they really need. We're working with computer science actually to help them fundraise for a conference that they like to go to. They enjoy going to a Women in STEM conference. It's a Grace Hopper conference. And the one thing that they're not going to be able to do this coming year is they kind of no longer will be receiving their NSF grant. It has ended. They're reapplying for it, but there's a gap year in there where the application will not take over. So we're helping them fundraise so that students can still have that amazing experience.
Well, that's really exciting. So how can someone get more involved with that kind of fundraising?
So if they'd like to get more involved, they can definitely reach out to the foundation. They can reach out to myself or Shelby. My email address is McFarland, so McFarland @kuf.org. If they'd like more information about crowdfunding or how we could help them with crowdfunding, any kind of information that they may need about fundraising or anything like that, I mean, we're more than willing to help them and kind of guide them in any direction, especially if there's anything that they really know that they need to fundraise for. I know that the Geography Club also has a conference that they've been going to for many years, and when we were at a student philanthropy committee, they expressed interest, so we were able to give them an advocacy kit for the 1866-minute giving challenge, so that way they're able to reach out on their own to the alumni and friends that they have.
Well, that's really exciting. Okay. So how can one get more involved in the Student Philanthropy Committee?
So if you'd like to get involved in the Student Philanthropy Committee, you can come to our meeting this Thursday. It's at 5 o'clock, and it's in the Weisenberg Alumni House. It is a white Spanish-style home. It's across from Old Main. I know that a lot of times students have never seen it before, or they don't know that's what it is. So if you're interested in coming to a Student Philanthropy Committee, you can either email me, or you can also stop by the house.
Okay, that's exciting. And what can one expect at a meeting?
So at our Pizza with a Purpose meetings, we have pizza available, obviously, but this week's meeting is actually all about our Giving Day, so our 1866-minute giving challenge, helping you sign up, helping you learn how to become an advocate on the platform, and also giving you some tips and tricks about how you can have your club be actively involved on that day and having the donations go directly to your initiative or your club that you genuinely care about.
That's really exciting. Do you think that there's anything more that is really, really important that you'd like to share with the listening audience?
Well, just that we definitely would like, if you are going to make a gift, whether that be your senior class gift or a random donation to Kutztown University Foundation, that you do so on April 26th and 25th. The very cool thing about that is, like I said, the Giving Challenge is about participation. So we're trying to get 400 donors, and it doesn't matter the size of your gift. It just really matters that you're counted on that day. So like I said, April 25th and 26th, if you're going to make your senior class gift, if you'd like to just participate, those are definitely the days to do it and help us reach our goal so we can help you guys out.
That's really great. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming in and sharing all that with us.
Yeah, I
definitely.
really appreciate it.
Especially
Thank you.
as a senior. I hope people are listening up to this. And then I guess this is posted on our YouTube. And so more people will be a little bit more informed.
Yes. Speaking of which, if you if you've missed last week's episode and want to check it out, it is on the KUR YouTube channel, as will this one be eventually.
Search Kutztown University Radio.
Absolutely.
We'll pop right up.
All right. We will be right back here, only here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR.
Integrity Services and Solutions is a local independent insurance agency specializing in employee benefits, Medicare plans, and human resource services. True personal service with a commitment to excellence. Integrity Services and Solutions, 610-939-9593. That's 610-939-9593, or on the web at www.integrityservicesandsolutions.com. Integrity Services and Solutions is a member of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, a 501c6 which helps members grow business relationships, raise business profiles, attract new customers, and partner with area nonprofits and schools to promote collaboration and goodwill. Power Marketing International provides leading-edge web design and marketing services to help businesses get found online, impress and engage viewers, and convert them into repeat customers. PowerMarketingInternational.com for more information. That's PowerMarketingInternational.com. Power Marketing International is a member of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, a 501c6 which helps members grow business relationships, raise business profiles, attract new customers, and partner with area nonprofits and schools to promote collaboration and goodwill. Robert Geringer, located at 100 Tomahawk Drive in Kutztown, is a certified orthopedic manual therapist as well as a board-certified clinical specialist in both sports and orthopedics. Bob specializes in the treatment of neck and back pain and believes in an intensive hands-on approach to treating his patients, emphasizing both corrective manual techniques and exercises to facilitate the changes in patient response during each session. 484-426-2021. That's 484-426-2021 for more information. Robert Geringer is affiliated with physical therapy at St. Luke's and is a member of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, a 501c6 which helps members grow business relationships, raise business profiles, attract new customers, and partner with area nonprofits and schools to promote collaboration and goodwill. Celebrate Together Event Rentals and Design is based in northern Berks County and specializes in creating customized celebrations that fit the client's style and budget. Whether it be holiday parties, ribbon cuttings, birthdays, anniversaries, or weddings, if you can celebrate it, we can decorate it is their motto. Celebrate Together Event Rentals and Design offers free consultations by voice or text. 610-763-9336. That's 610-763-9336. Celebrate Together Event Rentals and Design is a member of the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, a 501c6 which helps members grow business relationships, raise business profiles, attract new customers, and partner with area nonprofits and schools to promote collaboration and goodwill.
Welcome back to the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR's Kutztown Live. My name is Laura, and I am your host today with my fabulous co-host, Juliana.
Hello. It is Juliana Jablonski here this afternoon.
We are excited to be back here for another great week of Kutztown Live. We just heard from Paige McFarland from the Kutztown University Foundation and Alumni Relations Office. But now we have another very exciting guest. We have Jenna from the National Association for Mental Illness at Kutztown University here to tell us a little bit about the Out of the Darkness Walk. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Things are good. So what can you tell us a little bit about the Out of the Darkness Walk?
So on Sunday, April 28, 2019, the KU campus and the public will be walking in the 5th Out of the Darkness Campus Walk. The walk will be held on the DMZ on South Campus, and registration begins at 4, with the walk starting at 5. You do not need to pre-register, so you can just come in and register on the day of the event. And when you walk in the Out of the Darkness Walk, you're joining the effort of thousands of people nationwide to raise money for vital research and education programs to prevent suicide and save lives.
Okay, so what can be expected at the Out of the Darkness Walk?
So for the walk, we're going to have music, we'll have activities and food there, and there's no charge to walk. We'll be walking at 5. We'll have some speakers ahead of time sharing stories of loved ones that they've lost to suicide or personal stories, and we will have different entertainment there for people to enjoy.
That's really exciting. Okay, and so you've said that this is the 5th annual. So what is different this year about the walk than there was last year?
So this is my first year at Kutztown, so I wasn't here for the previous years, but I think that we're going to have more involvement from the community and from the campus, and I think that we will have a bigger turnout this year than the previous years.
That's really exciting. What can you tell me about the National Association for Mental Illness on campus?
So it's actually the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
I'm sorry, the Alliance.
That's perfectly fine. So we are the NAMI KU Club, and we do different events throughout the year and the semester to help students who are struggling on campus. We have different bear care events once a month to have the kids come in, do some self-care, just take some time for themselves. We've had the opportunity to bring in different speakers. Last week we had a biofeedback, neurofeedback session. We were able to present the Suicide, the Ripple Effect movie. So we just do a lot of different activities on campus to help spread the awareness for mental health and to end the stigma on campus.
Okay, and how does the Out of the Darkness walk feed into that?
So the Out of the Darkness walk is put on by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So of course that goes hand in hand with the National Alliance for Mental Illness. So we are raising awareness for suicide prevention on campus to help remind students that they're not alone in their battles and that it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way, and that there's plenty of resources for them to reach out to.
Okay, and will there be resources here at the walk?
Yes, counselors will be available on the day of the walk for anyone interested talking to a professional about themselves or a person that they know that might be in need. We'll have different organizations there that are local to the community that will be able to share resources as well.
That sounds like a really positive environment. And, do people make connections about, their mental health and their abilities to overcome such struggles?
Yes, there's definitely going to be stories being shared. We have certain students, I know, sharing their stories, and we have family members that are sharing their stories of loved ones that they've lost to suicide before the walk.
Okay. And do you think that there are any misconceptions about mental health?
Oh, 100%. There's the stigma that surrounds mental health every day. We have people that say, oh, well, somebody is violent because they have a mental illness, when statistically that's not the case. Or going along with suicide, that people who are suicidal are just attention seeking, when that's the exact opposite.
So how does the Out of the Darkness walk try to break down those barriers?
By sharing our stories with our community and rallying together to show that suicide is an epidemic. It is the second leading cause of death among college students, and we're facing that right now, and it's hard on our campus and on campuses across the country. So that we need to really come together and talk about mental illness because it is an epidemic that we're facing.
That's great. That sounds really healthy and productive.
And KUR will also be there that evening, I believe.
Yes,
right.
I believe so. I think we're having a table and might be playing music or something like that too.
And we recently had Charlene. I can't think of her last name off the top of my head. She was recently here with us to talk about the same thing, this Out of the Darkness walk. So I know they really wanted to. I went to one of the meetings actually to help out with things, and I know they really want to encourage that it's free, correct, for people to go and for people to come. And can people donate there, or how does that all work?
Yes, so they'll be able to donate when they get there, or they can go to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention's website and pull up campus walks and scroll down till they find Kutztown's, and they're able to donate there as well. You can register as a walker, join a team, or just be a virtual walker, and that would be a donation as well.
All right. And so is there like a website or a webpage besides that where we can go to be reminded, or if we have questions with more information, who do we talk to? Where do we go?
So you can definitely reach out to NAMI KU. We have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and our contact information is on there as well. We also have a Facebook event created for the Out of the Darkness walk, so we can post updates on that as well.
All right, so make sure we're following the page on Facebook there. And then is there just any like real main points you want the listeners today just to take home with them from this experience?
I think the fact that we need to understand that mental health and suicide is real. As much as we try to brush it under the rug, it's not going away, it's just getting worse. And so we need to start talking about these things and sharing our stories so that we can end the stigma and hopefully save many lives.
That sounds great. If you would like more information, check them out on Facebook, the National Alliance for Mental Illness. You can also, like we said, KUR will also be there. So if you are going to be there, stop by the table and say hi. That is sounds like a really great thing going on. So that is what date again? Remind everybody.
It is April 28th, and registration will start at 4, and the walk starts at 5.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Jenna. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, absolutely. We're really grateful for the fact that you're here.
Hi, this is Officer Bob Bickham from the Reading Police Department. My department will be joining in nighttime operations to enforce Pennsylvania's seatbelt law and crack down on impaired drivers. These types of crashes contribute to hundreds of injuries and fatalities each year. Remember, your seatbelt is your first line of defense against impaired drivers. Click it or ticket, day and night, 2 tickets, 2 fines.
This is Officer Riz from Reading Police Department. If you have your wipers on due to inclement weather, you must turn on your headlights. If you don't follow this law, you could be fined. So remember, wipers on, headlights on. It's the law. To learn more about traffic safety, visit justdrivepa.com.
Brought to you by PennDOT and this station.
Hi, hon. I thought you were coming home early.
Yeah.
What's the matter? What happened?
And I realized today just how much I really love you.
What do you mean?
I almost got killed today.
Oh, my God.
I was rushing home to catch the game. There was a train coming. I thought I could beat it.
Billy.
I was just about to go around the gate. Something made me slam on the brakes.
Oh, thank God.
My coffee went everywhere.
I'm so glad you're all right.
Wasn't worth the risk. Never see you again. Never smell your hair.
Don't even say that.
Never see you walk.
I love you.
I'm sorry.
It takes a mile for a train to stop. Don't try to beat a train, or someone you love will get hurt. Look, listen, and live. This message brought to you by Operation Lifesaver and this station.
Hello, and welcome back to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. We just spoke to Jenna from NAMI. Before that, we had Paige from the Alumni Foundation. And then before that, we had the lovely Lori D'Onofrio-Galli from the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce. I am Juliana Jablonski here with...
Yeah, girl, Laura. I don't know, host of KU Live occasionally, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
And also the host of...
the host of Accidental Wednesday nights from 8 to 10 if you're into the unexpected bops. I don't know.
And I host, what do I host? Kutztown's Country on Monday nights from 5 to 6. Come on down for a grand old time. It's, I have like two, maybe 3 shows left. Oh and it's really hitting me that, like, when I was doing my show yesterday, it was really starting to hit me like, wow, like, I've been on the air for 3.5 years. Because like I was literally talking on I was just like going off on the air how like when I became a member, how different it is now from the past few years. Because when I became a member, you couldn't have like expedited training. It was a whole semester of like learning and doing different things, and then you got on the next semester. And I remember I think you were one of the first people.
I was
to
the
go
first
through,
person to complete it. Yeah,
like an expedited training type thing. Mm-hmm. So it's just crazy how, just like seeing how much it's changed over the past, short 3 years that I've been here. But definitely it's been good and lots of fun. And it's definitely one of my favorite aspects of being here in Kutztown as a whole. So I'm definitely sad to not be on the radio anymore. It's going to be weird. Like, I love being like, yeah, I have a radio show. Like, that's just like the coolest thing to say to people. I don't know. Like,
absolutely. But now you can go to nice, fancy adult cocktail parties in your life and be like, yeah, I was a college radio DJ. Like,
I was on the radio. Like, no big deal. I was at a little bit of a talk show, some country music show. Because whenever people are like, oh, what do you host? I would say country music. They're like, oh, like people either love country music or they hate it. Are
you going to the Kelsey Ballerini concert?
It already happened.
Okay.
Oh. And no, I did not go.
Okay. Bummer. I was actually thinking of you at one point.
I wanted to go so bad. I texted all my roommates, I texted all my friends here, and no one wanted to go. I was like, I will literally buy your ticket.
You know what's so funny?
If you want to go. I was like, I will pay for your ticket. I just want someone to go with me.
I was thinking about going, but I couldn't find anyone to go with. I just assumed you had friends that you were going with. That's so upsetting. We could have gone together.
Sad. We could have, because it's $10. And I think Brett Eldridge was there. I don't know if you know who he is. I love him too. And I was like, what the heck? I was so disappointed that no one wanted to go.
Communication, folks. Do it before it's too late. Anyway.
I keep thinking, like, I've been like, everything's been a mess. I'm like, I'm literally a communication major. Like, but it's been good. But yeah, missed that concert. I was sad. It was only like $10.
I know.
Too.
I know. Those ACE events are cool things. Apparently there was like a DC trip and like a bunch of other trips this semester that were super cool. I didn't sign up for anything. I usually do at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mess. I didn't sign up for anything. This semester has just been me running around like a lunatic, I feel like, in all good ways, but
it's been a whirlwind. And I'm like getting sad, like everything's my last, like this is the last time I'm gonna do this or everything. So it's been an emotional time, but oh well.
So do you feel that you're stressed?
Oh, 100%. I am definitely stressed. Trying to manage that stress as best I can. It's just a lot with graduation, trying to find a job in the real world, tons of finals, projects, papers, group stuff, and it's all like due in the same week. And like communications majors have like a big project. They have like a showcase at the end of the semester, because for 3 semesters, for 3 different classes, you work on like this crazy like project that you're like working on for like 3 years, and so like it's just a huge thing and you have to present it, and so like your capstone class has just been insane, and like it's just a lot and I'm like I can't wait for it to be over. That aspect of it,
that does make sense. If only there were a holiday to commemorate stress.
Oh, you know what? If only there were, like on April 16th, National Stress Awareness Day. It is always observed on April 16th. And on holidayinsights.com, it says, is work or school putting on the pressure? Are the kids on your nerves? Is there enough money to pay all those bills? There are literally thousands of reasons for you to get stressed out. Relax. Today is National Stress Awareness Day. This is your opportunity to recognize there is plenty of stress in your life, as if you didn't already know. More importantly, today is the opportunity to learn and do something about the stress before it drives you batty or worse. And what's crazy, I take a non-verbal communication class, which 1,000% if you get the opportunity to take that. Professor Diana Ebersole teaches that class. She's the chair of the communications class, and it has definitely been one of the coolest classes I've taken while I've been here. And today we got to have class outside, but we were sitting out there and we were talking about how like letting a lot of your emotions out releases stress, and people who tend to hold in their emotions, thoughts, and feelings, like it's detrimental to your health. Like specifically we were talking about how I was like reaching into my backpack, like trying to pull my notes out as I'm talking here, but it's like detrimental to your health because it promotes like you're more likely to have arthritis, you're more likely to have heart problems, you're more likely to have skin problems. Like there's like 1,010,000 different things related to stress, and so it is better to find certain people that you can relate to and talk to. And then on the topic of my senior capstone, it's self-disclosure in relationships with friends and family, and so it's all been like studying who you feel comfortable talking to and why you feel comfortable talking to. So be sure that you surround yourself with people you're comfortable with. And we learn like the power of like a smile. Like if you smile at someone, they're going to smile back, and then it creates like a whole kind of chain of smiling. Like it's just been a really cool class. But yeah, it's National Stress Awareness Day, and lots of people are going crazy this time of year. My goodness, with all that's going on for
definitely.
Every different major.
I relate on a spiritual level. I'm performing tonight. I performed last night. I performed the day before. I had a few days off in the middle there, but then performed 4 days in a row last week. All different music. It's crazy. Life is wild.
It sure is.
Are there any other holidays going on today?
There's a couple, but I know you have a little bit of a news story you want to share. I guess I'll just, National Eggs Benedict Day is today, in case you didn't know about that. It's also Mushroom Day. Yeah, I don't know, it's just fun to know what's all going on for fun. But I guess in a more serious aspect.
In a more serious aspect, I'm going to skip the other political articles because every week I'm just like, oh, keep an eye on that. But like it doesn't change. Everybody's disagreeing still. Don't worry. Congress is still disagreeing over everything. But no, one thing I did want to touch on a little bit is the fact that if you haven't heard about the fire at Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral, it's completely extinguished. It was about our time, 7 p.m. is when they got it all kind of worked out last night. But I've been kind of following this because I don't know who hasn't been, but if you haven't been, this is basically what it is, and it's heartbreaking. A fire tore through Notre Dame in Paris on Monday with the spire, like the famous, the famous kind of icons of the building and the rooftop of the 850-year-old Gothic cathedral. It went up in flames, and by mid-morning today, today is Tuesday, Parisian fire officials had declared the blaze completely extinguished, and architects and engineers began assessing the cathedral's structural integrity. The 400 firefighters who put out the inferno also rescued some of the cathedral's priceless religious relics and works of art. So there is hope.
I know they said there was a lot of, because I was just in Paris and I saw the construction going on there, and so they think the construction is what started it, so it's crazy to see, and it's so sad, and everyone was posting and talking about it.
Absolutely. So keep your eye on Paris and everything. But that is basically all the time that we have for today. Thanks so much for tuning into Kutztown Live. If you want to hear more episodes, they're all on the YouTube on KUR. So search Kutztown University Radio. Only here on KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University.
Have a great one.